programming with C++, we'll discuss about the other part of constructor chapter, that is about destructor. So before going to discuss about destructor, we should have a clear knowledge about constructor. What is the use of constructor? Uh, Means what are the advantage of constructor, using of advantage, what are the tip behind using a constructor. And we know that whenever we are going to initialize the object, in such case constructor plays an important role. It is automatically invoke and automatically initialize all our data member whatever we have taken inside our class. So the use of destructor today we will discuss. So destructor is basically, it is used to destroy the object, destroy the object that has been created by a constructor. And it is also a member function, same like as constructor. It is also a member function of the class. It is also a member function of the class, that is it is also a part of the class also. And the name of the destructor is same as the constructor, or we can say the name of the destructor is same as the class name or the constructor name. Destructor name same as constructor. And it is preceded by a tilde symbol. The destructor name is preceded by a tilde symbol, preceded by a tilde symbol. Tilde symbol is denoted like this, tilde symbol. And it will automatically called by the compiler when it is executing, and it exit the program to clean up the storage which was taken by the object. So basically, to clean up the objects, to clean up the object or to delete the object, uh, destructor is called automatically. And one important point we should note, that the objects are destroyed in the reverse order of their creation. So objects are destroyed in the reverse order of their creation. Means if one object, if in a class suppose object 1 2 3 are created in this order, then the object 3 will be destroyed first, then 2, then 1. So they will be destroyed in the reverse order of their creation. So let's discuss one very simple example where we can see how the object are created and destroyed in the reverse order. So for that we will first create a class. Let's say class num is the class name here. So for the class num, let's say we are taking a static integer c, let's say, and it is a private data member, static integer c. And in the public, we know that in the public the constructor are created. So for the class num, the constructor will be num. So this is the constructor function. So inside the constructor function, let's say we will increment the c value, that is c++, and we will display c out object created. So basically in this program we will show the object id created and the object id destroyed. So we know that constructor plays the role to initialize the object. So here we will display the id of the object created. Hence once we have written object created, and it will display the id of the object created. And this is the constructor, and for this constructor, again in the same class we will declare a destructor, and we know the destructor are preceded by the tilde symbol. Destructor name is same as the class name or the same as the constructor name. So tilde symbol num, and it is a function, so it is followed by a pair of curly bracket, and here we will write c out object destroyed. So it will display the ID of the object destroyed when it is invoked automatically, then C minus minus. Then we will close the class. So in the same class we declare the constructor, and also we have taken the destructor for that, and we'll write the main function, integer main. So inside the main function we will declare the object, let's say P, Q, and R3 object we will create. And another important thing, as we have taken the C variable as a static, so we need to initialize or define the static variable outside the class. So after class definition, we will write the definition for static. Int, as it is an integer variable, int num is the class name, then scope resolution operator, and C equal to 0. That means C is a static variable, it is defined outside the class, it is an integer variable, hence the syntax is return type, class name, scope resolution operator, then static variable, and we have initialized with 0 value. So static variable is initialized, and inside main function we have created the object. When we will execute this particular program, and this program contains a static variable, one constructor, one destructor, when we execute the program, this will give the output, specifically give the output, constructor will be created automatically as soon as we declare PQR. So 3 times PQR will be called. So constructor in the when we declare object P, first time it will call this first num constructor object created equal to 1, because it is incremented to 1. That static variable is initialized to 0. So now it will be 1, and object created will be 1. It will display object created equal to 1. Similarly, when Q is declared, that time static variable C will be incremented to, and it will display object created equal to 2. Similarly, for third object R also it will display object created 3. So now we can see that 3 object we declare and 3 constructor are called automatically, constructor are invoked automatically, and the static variable every time incremented, and same copy was kept by the static variable. And when the we know that destructor also invoked automatically, in such case also it is invoked, and object destroyed equal to 3, object destroyed equal to 2, object destroyed equal to 1. So at the end it will display like this. So this is about our destructor, which is basically to clean up the object. Whatever the object we have created, it will destroy all the object. When the program goes out of the scope, goes out of the class scope, the object will be destroyed, and the reverse order the object will be destroyed. Thank you.